So they could be a 3 seed. They could be a 4 seed. Sometimes it's because the conference you come in. Sometimes it's because of unfamiliarity. But that team starts. I'm quoting coaches from that league. A lottery pick in Pope, Malik Pope. He's 6'11". And then they have a 4-man that's also a 6'11" that has 76 offensive rebounds. The most we have is a guy. Our 6'5" guys has 56. So, you know, the seed thing gets people. They say, well, 6 should beat 11. I remember one year we were a 13 seed and Arizona was a 4 seed. We beat Arizona. And it's not that we were better than them. We were just a hard matchup for them. You know, had they played somebody else and won that first game, they might have went to the Final Four. They had Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson. That was a great Arizona team we beat. But that was a matchup problem for them. I had Eduardo Najera, who was a 32nd, 33rd pick. I had Ryan Humphrey, who was a first-round pick. So I think one word in college basketball is parity. And the thing people get tripped up by that don't understand the bigger picture in this thing is somebody's seed. 1 and 2 seeds are probably about right, but after that, everybody's about the same. 26 and 7, ranked in the top 25 in the nation. Here we are in the NCAA tournament. Are you kidding me? That's a hell of a story, isn't it? I'm really, really proud of this team. Maybe more so than because of, you know, this wasn't a rebuild now. Rebuild is what maybe Frank Haith took over at Tulsa because he had all 5 starters coming back that year. This was a build. I mean, this was rock bottom and starting over. And for us to get here, I think it's a great story, and the kind of kids that we've built this program with, that they've been able to accomplish that this year. It's been a great year. Regardless of what happens, this has been a great, great year for Cougar basketball, and more importantly, the future looks really good.
What was that move? Was there one in particular that set things in motion?
Joseph, you've probably asked me the course of 4 years. I'm going to guess 100 to 300 questions. That's the best one you've ever asked.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, that's a great question. You know, some of these mundane questions, but that one there is key, because there always is. Like at Washington State, I signed a kid named Benny Seltzer. He was responsible for us turning that Washington State program around. That was huge. I would say here it was when J. Rod Stiggers came in the office that day and had signed a contract to play professionally, and we had to, you know, scurry around for a 2-guard, and you know, we weren't stable then. We were still kind of on a floating foundation, if you will. You know, we didn't have our stuff down in cement yet. Going out to get Rob, because I knew how good he was. Devontae Pollard, finding him in May 20th. The last day you could sign a letter of intent was May 21st, maybe May 20th. It was either 21st or 20th, 21st, and we signed him either that day or the day before, because Devontae gave us a chance that first year. You know, if we didn't get him, that record could have easily been, what were we, 13-19, 32 games. We could have been 10 and 22. We could have been 7-25. Those guys buoyed us. You know, we weren't. You know, that was our first year out of the chute and just trying to build a program, not win games. I could have cared less about how many games we won that first year. We just had to get a team going. But Devontae was key. And then right after that, we got Rob. Another key was our first Houston kid, difference maker, was Galen. You know, I thought that was important, getting a Houston kid that had credibility, because I think he led us to some more Houston kids. And we said from day one we were going to build this program inside out, and we were going to start with Houston kids. But that led us, if we don't get Galen, I don't think that maybe we don't get Fabian White or Cedric Alley Jr. or Chris Harris. Wes Van Beck, looking back, was kind of a throw-in. You know, it's like walking out of the grocery store and you look over and say, hey, there's a bag of M&Ms, let's grab that. You know, this was my M&Ms. I didn't realize he was going to become a foundation piece. You know, so it's a great question. It really is. I don't know if there's one. I'd say that all those combined were important, but now that, you know, we're a top 25 team, 26-7, playing in the American Conference Championship, you look back. I just think it's a shared answer. I don't think there's one thing. But you know, the unsung part of this is our staff. I don't think our staff gets enough credit. You know, Kellen from day one has been an absolute stud. Alvin has a very understated way about him, that he goes about his business in a very professional way. Getting Quantas in here was important because he's such a great teacher, good on the floor, good recruiter. My office staff is outstanding. Got a great trainer, my strength coach, the best one I've had, and I've had NBA strength coaches. So I just think our program, you know, we've got good people in good places that when these young men come into our program, they're going to be taken care of the right way. So it's a shared success, and it's also a shared program changers that I don't think you can put your finger on one.
You mentioned the future and how this could be the start of the future. And how important is it being the tournament for the start of that?
Yeah.
And also with the Fertitta Center.
Yeah.
You're about to go see it. How do you think that's been going?
That's important. God, you guys are on your game this morning. You know, timing. Can you imagine if we were our first year here out of the chute, if we'd have had that year this year? There'd been a lot of excitement selling tickets with her. But now, you know, our best recruiting class is coming in. You know, we've had an outstanding recruiting class. We'll see how outstanding it is once they get here. But Dejan Giroux, Nate Hinton, Bryson Gresham, and Antoine Davis, excited about all four of those young men. And then you look, and we have a potential starting lineup coming back. Galen, Armani, Cedric Alley, Corey Davis, Fabian White, Breon Brady, Chris Harris. I mean, we've got a great nucleus coming back. We've got some really good kids coming in. This team made the NCAA tournament. We're ranked in the top 25, 15-0 at home. It's just been, you know, check, 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 all the way up and down the board. And making the tournament was a big deal. I think we had to do that in order to get national credibility. You know, and people, when our name went on that board yesterday, when you saw that when you saw that U of H logo, there's not enough money in our marketing department for every program in this school to get that kind of national recognition. That we're one of 68 teams. So for an entire week, we get that, regardless of what happens Thursday. You can't take that away. So it's a great question, man. I mean, it really is. For this program going forward, we're there. We're on the map. Now we just have to continue to build on it, and it's fun. You know, it really is fun to build this. I look at this building that we're in. It's a blessing to have the administration we have. You know, and I said this from day one. When we get to where we're ranked, when we get in the NCAA tournament, I'm going to turn around and give all the credit to our administration. And I start with President Couture. She saw this vision. She bought into it, and she gave us what we needed. And then Mac Rhodes, don't forget Mac. Hunter Yurachek, don't forget Hunter. Those guys said yes to the right things. And in talking with Chris Pesman, that guy's going to be great. He gets it. He understands athletics, and he understands what coaches and student athletes need to be successful. So we have all the pieces in place here to continue to build on Cougar basketball. We really do.
You shared the gym this year with TSU, and now you're both going to the dance. What do you have to say about that program?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I called Mike yesterday and congratulated him on making the tournament. I told him he was crazy the way he scheduled. That makes no sense to me. You know, think about it. He has to do that for financial reasons, and it's almost like a human sacrifice. He goes 0-13, yet his team wins their conference tournament. He goes to the NCAA tournament, and who cares about their record now? He's in the NCAA tournament. That's a testament to Mike Davis believing in himself, number one. Sometimes you got to bet on yourself, man. You know, it starts there. You know, if you don't think you can do it, then nobody else is going to do it either. You got to bet on yourself. But you know, kudos to Mike and his program. It's hard to get a team that's 0-13 fired up to play in the conference, and then at the end of the year win it. That's sustainability. But the cooperation, being a good neighbor, those people at Texas Southern are great people, and I think our fans realized, you know, what great neighbors they are. I heard nothing but great things from all our fans about Texas Southern. They really raved about the concession stand. You know, some of those games at halftime, I would like to go on up there and check out the. It's kind of like the state fair. I'm one of those guys. If I go to the state fair, as soon as I walk in, the first thing I see, I'm gonna get turkey leg. Next thing is what do you call those things? They put the funnel cake. Yeah. Oh, there's a sausage stick. Gotta have that.
I want to go with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
They have boudin balls.
Get out of here. Texas Southern have boudin balls. Come on, Fertitta Center. Step up. Fertitta Center's got to step up to the plate.
Kelvin, 14 rings true, and all of them that you, between now and Thursday, you can tell your team in terms of the mental part, getting them ready for it, maybe the, you know, no surprises coming type of.
Yeah, the only thing, we had a stretch at Oklahoma where we won 3 consecutive championships. That means we played Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And my biggest fear in all those, not fear, concerns, probably a better word, in all those situations is I prayed that we had a Friday bracket, because that's really a quick turnaround. You know, we got back last night, I think around midnight, something like that. Yeah, it was probably midnight. So I told the kids to go home. You know, they knew we're in the tournament. They know we're playing San Diego State. They know we're playing. What time is the game anyway? 6:20 on Thursday. You know, we had to play a home team on Friday, with all the fans there pulling for Central Florida. Then we played Wichita State on Saturday. That was a bloodbath. I mean, that game was unbelievable. We easily could have lost that game, but there's something about our kids. We found a way to win. Then yesterday, it was just it wasn't a rock fight. It was a boulder fight, and we were connecting. I mean, both teams, we could have won that game. Kyle Washington doesn't make that 3 with a hand in his face. Difference in that game was Kyle Washington made his 3, and we missed our 3. Simple. I mean, you don't overcomplicate it. That's not the shot they wanted, and that was probably not the shot we wanted either. But both defenses were so good, it's only a shot you could get sometime. Give the other team some credit. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would prefer to play Friday night, because what really needs to happen now is our kids need today completely off, and they need tomorrow completely off. They don't need to do anything for 48 hours except come to the gym, get familiar with San Diego State, walk through their sets, watch film, and just have some cognitive time. But we're going to have to practice tomorrow, because we leave tomorrow, and Wednesday's the day before. So it's a quick turnaround. I wish the teams that played 3 games in 3 days were automatically seeded where they play on a Friday. But as far as playing the game, I think playing in a conference tournament can prepare you if it doesn't wear you down. You know, that's my only concern, is just getting wore down.